Hello everybody, welcome to yet another episode of the weekly wrestling show where two marks get together and talk about the goings-on in the WWE and across the...
Two marks!
Yeah, and across the rest of the wrestling world. I am SteveJones313, the boss, the producer, and alongside me, as per usual, is the Geek King, patron saint, the socially awkward, maniacal mark extraordinaire. And this is hashtag Total Markout. Now, before we even get started with the WWE Raw recap, we have a bit of an axe to grind.
Fucking axe to grind.
Yeah, we're a little bit annoyed, and we've been nice, we've been diplomatic, but the thing is, I was always told growing up, right?
You ain't got something nice to say, don't say it all.
Precisely. You treat people with respect until they disrespect you. You turn the other cheek.
Do unto others as you would do unto yourself.
Once someone disrespects me, turn the other cheek. Disrespect me again?
I ain't got no more cheeks.
Except two which you can kiss.
Now, that's how you were brought up.
Yes.
I was brought up by a guy who was pretty much a Stone Cold Steve Austin just in the British Army.
Corporal.
DTA. Don't trust arseholes. And this is a problem I've had my entire life. Because apparently, I trust arseholes.
Now, a lot of you guys will probably be wondering what the hell we're dribbling about. And I understand that. Because you guys weren't here, to see what we've been having to deal with. You see, we are members of a social media site you guys know as Twitter. Yeah. And on Twitter, we follow a lot of people. Obviously, if you're a fan of the show and you want to follow us, I'll definitely follow you back if you're a fan of the show. Geek.
Probably will follow you back, but to be honest...
Better to do it on Tumblr.
But to be honest, I don't really pay attention to Twitter. It's just a website that I post other websites on.
Yeah. Now, I like to use the Twitter and all that jazz, but here's the thing about Twitter. Sometimes you see things that you don't like, and you ignore it, or you unfollow people. But one of the people that happens to be posting stuff that I don't like is posting shots against myself, geeking, in regards to the show.
And you can say you don't, but you do.
Posting jabs about how they're going to be doing a new show and all that jazz.
They're going to be doing 3 new shows.
And not going to be doing any arguing or shit like that.
Can't argue.
No, can't gang up on people and all that jazz. You see, apparently...
And you know how we know it's a jab? When the guy you're talking to replies and says, "Okay, boss."
Mm-hmm.
Now, that ain't a jab. My name is Michael Jackson, and I'll just go walk off this mortal coil right now.
So here's everything in plain fucking English. Former member of the hashtag Total Markout crew, Eric Von Jismy, or James, to give him his real name.
I'll do his fucking real name if I have to, but I ain't gonna do that.
He left Total Markout for what he claimed was he didn't have time to do the show, and he was a little bit, concerned about the tension that was on the show. We saw him on Saturday night to see the Mick Foley Live Comedy Tour in Newcastle. Whereupon he accused me and Geek of ganging up on him on the show.
It's so nice to have someone else to agree with me.
He said that we ganged up on him. When obviously, as you guys have heard, me and Geek just often agreed with each other. And if you go back, you will hear episodes where I am agreeing with Jismy against Geek. And guess what? Geek agrees with Jismy against me.
And you know what? I even put this to him. Ganging up, you mean agreeing on something that you don't.
And I would also like
Are we American Congress here?
And because I'm a guy, and let it never be said that I don't do my fucking research and remember every motherfucking thing said to me. Episode of hashtag Total Markout. Geek and I have a major disagreement of opinion. A major disagreement. And what did we do? We said, well, we'll agree to disagree, get on the show. Eric Von Gismy said, Howie, you're not going to have an argument about it. We said, that's not how we do it. And he says, oh, come on. People love an argument. And Gismy, I dare you to tell me you never said this. The people want more argument. That's what makes the show fun.
You know what else is really fun, Eric? Because we've been kind. I mean, we've been really fucking kind to your sensitive ego. Because, now, me personally, I've had a few DMs asking where you were going to come back. Mainly because people want to know why it was a three-man show if only two of us were here. And that happened a lot. More returns to this show than Christopher Daniels on TNA. You heard him say it himself. Mm-hmm. But we also had some other ones.
Yep.
I mean, I had a couple saying, I hope he doesn't come back. Mm-hmm. I had a couple saying, I don't know, man, why'd you put up with him? Mm-hmm. We even had one on this show where we answered it on this show. There were three of us sitting in the studio and talked about it. That asked, man, why is Eric always bloody geek?
Yeah.
And I picked on you, motherfucker. But here's the thing. As bad as my ones were, Boss had worse.
Yep.
Boss had ones that said, why the fuck is that cunt still doing this show? Mm-hmm. Why don't you fire him? Now, the reason we can fire him is because he's a friend of Boss's in many ways. He's an old college friend. And in my thing, Eric Van Gismy is one of my best friends. A best friend who takes consistent jabs and when we're together says maybe two direct sentences to me when we're in a group of people. But my best friend nonetheless.
Now, the fact is, when Gismy turned around and said, you might as well just carry on the show without him.
No.
I know that's...
No. Eric thought he needed to be replaced.
Yeah, yes. Gismy said, might as well replace him.
Because we have to replace him, sure.
Yeah. We let it be. We wished him all the best. I didn't even make the joke about the future endeavours, which I was tempted to do.
Which apparently he's got already.
Yeah. But I wished him the best. And we just carried on doing the show because we are aiming to be professionals. We are not professionals. We understand this. We are, at the moment, Mini Funk isn't here. It's me and Geek. The two remaining founders of the show. The two hosts of the show. We understand we're not professionals. We are two guys, one microphone, and a lot of fucking passion for the wrestling business.
No, and I know right now we sound like a couple of bitches, and that gets me a little bit because I do sound like a little bitch. But I ain't a little bitch. As I've just tweeted. Yeah, you can look at this and you'll see the exact time that we're doing this show, and you'll see the exact date. The date is the 3rd of May, 2013. The time is currently 15:47. I tweeted at 1500 hours, getting ready to do the show. Ain't no one got time for bitches. Season 2, bitches. Because while one left, two are strong. We will get on with the rest of the show. But right now, I fucking dare you, Gismy. Reply to this. Whether it be in person, because you have to find some fucking balls, or you could ask Cena's true fan to give them back. Or on Twitter, because that's the only way you can get in contact with you, even if your DMs don't work. Or how about this? You're recording a show tonight with Shigoa's injured. Shigoa's injured, I ain't got no bad word about you. You were cool with me, even if you did scare me a little bit. You want to do front room cinema. You want to do Collector's Corner, or K's. And you want to do Bargain Sin. Do them. Our production will be better. Our footage will be better. Everything we have will be better, because we are better. Now you want to reply? Reply however you want. You want to start a war? Here's your first shot. You didn't start it, we did. But I guarantee you, at the end of this, whether you've got a nice word to say about me or you don't, whether your girl's got a nice word about me or she don't, or whether I lose every fucking Twitter follower I have, I don't care, because it ain't the end of the world. We will still be here doing Season 2, Season 3, Season 4, getting better production, getting better value, and giving a goddamn better show.
At the end of the day, this is the basic fact, Gismy. And this is me talking as Stephen Caulfield, not SteveJones313, the guy who's just wanting to make a show to make people laugh, Jisme. Because you remember, that's why we started this. Because we were three marks trying to have... I was a guy who was in awe of you in Geek King and everything you knew. And I was trying to learn from you both. And here I was. I already had experience making videos. I was already had plans to make my own thing. But I cancelled my plans to make Total Markout and eventually Shout. I cancelled my plans, my projects, because I believed in you guys. But here's the thing, Jisme.
You want to know why there's not a new Dear SteveJones313? Because of hashtag Total Markout.
The fact is, I absolutely had all the faith in the world because you are my friend. We weren't best friends. We weren't close friends. And I'm not pretending you were. Right? You and I never had a spiritual connection of any kind. But the fact is, Jisme, for some reason, you came into my house and you just started this horrible tension between all of us by picking up arguments all the time. You wanted more arguments. The people love it when we argue. You loved it when I fucking lost my temper and threw a lighter against my wall. You loved it when Geek ended up fucking screaming because you said it was good viewership.
Oh no, but I overreacted.
The fact is, Jisme, the only reason we are pissed right now is because now, even after we decided to leave you alone, let you get on with your stuff, you continually took shots at us. And you lied. You tell other people who watch us, people who, I would say they're fans. I'm not going to be arrogant enough to assume they are, but they enjoy the show. They listen to us. They support us. And, guys like Steven, you're going to get got. Rubicant. And, I thank you guys. But the fact is, you say in front of them, we ganged up on you? Every time.
Motherfucker, we just did.
The thing is, Geek can attest to this. Before every episode of Marker that we were waiting for you. You weren't always late. You usually were. But almost every episode when Geek was here before you, I always said to him, you know what? I'm worried about Jisme. I'm worried that he's feeling down. I'm worried about the morale of the show. I'm worried that he feels like he's being left out. Because you would sit in the corner of my fucking room, what we jokingly call the studio. You would sit in the corner and say nothing until you could start an argument.
You'd be quiet, you'd shake your head, you wouldn't agree, or you just sit there and look as if you were falling asleep.
Me and Geek disagree about so fucking much. I hated ECW. He loved it. Okay? I think that a lot of the people right now in WWE don't have a future. He does. I miss a lot of the past. I just don't think it should be brought up again. But you did.
And do you know the difference here? Someone Boss said before. Boss said he wanted to do this in part to learn. To know the history that he'd missed. Do you know the difference between me and you and Eric? Hey, listen real closely to this part. Because, here to be fair, 13 minutes in and you're still listening to this, I'd be surprised. But here's the difference. I taught him. I brought over my DVD collection. I know it ain't as big as yours, but sometimes I always got size on my count. I brought over my DVD collection. Shit, we set his video player up so I can bring up my fucking videos. So that we can watch all the WrestleManias he's missed. Last time, I brought fucking No Way Out. I brought Backlash.
Backlash, yes.
And what did we do? We sat and watched them after the show.
Got ourselves some nice buffalo wings, got them all prepped up, and there was me, Geek, and the Mini Funk, all of us together, watching pay-per-views that me and Funk didn't see when we were younger. Things that we missed. Adam was born 1996. Yeah, I was born 1987, but I wasn't in that wrestling crowd until much later in my life. My first wrestling moment was, it's me, Austin! It was me all along! That was my first wrestling moment. I had a lot of catching up to do. But the difference is, Jisme, is whilst you were there with your elitist mindset, calling everybody either real fans or fake fans, talking about you should know your history, know your history. Funny how, Jisme, every time you said, know your history, Geek was the one telling me it. And he didn't just fucking dictate shit. He brought over the DVDs. I'm looking at WrestleMania number 23 sitting on top of my PC, which is next to the microphone, which he brought over to watch. And you know what? He left the DVDs here. Most of his DVD collection right now is in my room. Why? Because I'm still watching it and learning. Yes, WrestleMania 23 I saw. Of course I did. But it's not
learning
about
from the
that.
Hall of Fame.
It's learning exactly the Hall of Fame and all that jazz. And ultimately, Jisme, think about this. I put everything I've got into this show. I'm currently saving up, investing in new equipment to improve the product of the show. I've been doing that since we started the show. Since day one, who does the editing? Me. Who does the actual production of it? Me. Who does the recording? Me. I do every technical aspect. And all you ever fucking did was say, why edit it? Leave it raw. Just do it. Just post it. Guess what?
Still needs editing.
Here's the thing. You don't understand a damn thing about IT. You don't understand a damn thing. You don't just record something and boosh, it appears on YouTube. You have to edit. You have to make sure that the file is working. You have to make sure that there are no errors, no glitches. And then you have to put it, get this, in an attractive, quality way. You have to be able to show that it's... Because go on Channel Awesome. I know you're a Channel Awesome guy. Go on to Channel Awesome and look at their stuff. Do you think any of them just record shit and post it up? Even vlogs by Channel Awesome members. Even vlogs are handled with some basic editing. But you don't seem to get that, Jisme. And I tried to explain that. And I never blew up with you about it. I never lost my temper with you about it. But now, after you told me and Geek, you told us on... And I've got the fucking tweet, so don't deny it. You told us both you felt we should replace you because you didn't have time for the show anymore. And we believed you. And we accepted that. And then you go on Twitter and announce you're doing your own shows that you don't have time to do, but you're going to do 3.
Starting tonight. Starting on the 3rd of May. This is why we've blown up. This is why, Eric, you should feel good about yourself. You've just had 17 minutes of the show dedicated to you. So now that we've blown up, now that we've done this, and now that as many people are thinking that we just should shoot a promo on you, we didn't. This was straight up truth, venting, and ranting. Just like you like it.
The fact is, Jisme, I never wanted to do this. I never even wanted to acknowledge this, but you fucking betrayed us.
You pushed it to the limit. And now, it's over with.
Yep.
We're moving on. Now we're going to review Raw, which is not as great as we wanted to. But quite frankly, that's the boss. I'm the maniacal Mark, the nasty nerd, the extreme enthusiast, the Geek King, and we are going to do what we do.
So we're going to sit our fat asses down on our really comfy chairs. We're going to pour us some more delicious Scottish brew, which we can't say the name of for legal reasons.
Technically we can.
Yeah. Again, by the way, something you never got. Why can't we mention this? Why can't we mention that? Because there are rules. And we are going to do what 2 Marks love to do, and that's talk about wrestling.
And then afterwards, fuck it, we'll find some old wrestling on YouTube and sit and watch the rest of the night on it.
He's the Geek King. I'm SteveJones313. This is Total Markout.
And that has been a special message by Total Markout.
So to start the show properly, let's roll the intro one more time. So, SteveJones313 here, Geek King, and we are going to talk about this week's Monday Night Raw. And honestly, not the worst, not the best.
Come on, we got to see Super Pants. Ricardo Rodriguez.
Ricardo Rodriguez. A great way to open up the show, I'll admit.
Zeb Coulter. How do you do that? How do you automatically know how to do a wrestler's fucking theme song?
I don't know.
I can't do that because I was trying to think the other day. What the hell is Jack Swagger's new theme? And you're like, it's like, and I'm like, no, that's not it.
It's like a Superman Indiana Jones game. You've got to stop getting into one. But an interesting idea. We arrive and you got Ricardo Rodriguez, Zeb Coulter, and Big E in the ring. Big E looks like he's a fucking fat kid in the candy store.
Big E looks as if he's just, if Vince has gone, beat these up and you can get laid. Yeah. Okay.
And basically, it's a triple threat. The winner earns their manager, or in Big E's case, his partner.
Best friend.
Yeah, his best friend.
Although he's not, have you noticed that them two don't mention it all the time, like Cody?
Yeah. But they an exclusive right for their, or whoever they represent, to decide the stipulation for their triple threat title match at Extreme Rules.
Now, it starts off pretty basically enough. It's sorted. I mean, you've got Big E, who's just destroying Ricardo because Zeb decided to get out of the ring and be smart and help and save his life. And he's beating up Ricardo, and then all of a sudden, Zeb comes in and pushes Big E away and beats up Ricardo Rodriguez, only for Zeb to then realize that he's wearing dark pants. He's wearing light pants and should be wearing dark pants when Zeb comes towards him like a big black man who shouldn't be in his country. Now, you've got this problem because Zeb Coulter and Jack Swagger decided that they wanted to have their match sorted. Now, the main problem here is that Zeb Coulter then decided to get into the match.
Yeah.
After Zeb got in the match, Big E decided to beat him up.
Well, yeah.
And then then Ricardo and Zeb eventually got a chance to beat up Big E.
Well,
which went well.
You say they got the chance to beat up Big E.
Until Ricardo
Rodriguez
decided to beat up Zeb.
Yeah.
And then Big E decided to beat them both up.
Well, it was going to happen.
Then Alberto got involved because apparently this triple threat match was no DQ.
Yeah, triple threat rules.
Made him surprised because last time in a triple threat match, someone got DQ'd.
Well, fuck
for
logic.
Intent.
Fuck logic, you know what I mean?
Alberto got involved, so Big Jack Swagger got involved, then Big E got involved, and then really out of nowhere, which was kind of weird, Zeb pins Ricardo Rodriguez. 1, 2, and then the luckiest referee in the business today cops the feel of AJ Lee.
In fairness, AJ threw herself at him.
Well, AJ's known to do that. And
No. Enjoy that moment. Imagine you're the ref. Just enjoy it for a moment.
I preferred looking at the GIF I'm about to post on Tumblr.
I saw the other GIF you've there blocked.
Yeah, there's one that's coming from a house show match that involved Caitlin and AJ.
Oh, is that when she's flat face first? Because that's a nice one.
No, it's when they're kind of involved in a grapple and it's just going backwards and forwards.
I like that.
I like
it. Ugh. So, but afterwards, Ricardo Rodriguez suddenly gets the pin on Zeb Coulter, pins the shoulders down with his hands.
Well,
Finally!
I mean, Ricardo's technically a trained wrestler.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Ricardo Rodriguez picks up a win on Raw, earning Alberto Del Rio the right.
The right?
Have you done the Alberto Del Rio thing yet?
Oh, but no, I was going to do it later on.
Okay.
But Alberto, match later on,
yeah. He's doing the Alberto Del Rio, the exclusive right to choose the stipulation, i.e. the gimmick, i.e. the match type, that they're going to have in the Triple Threat Extreme Rules World Heavyweight
Championship match. Because apparently Booker T listens to this bloody show. Triple Threat is not an Extreme Rules match.
Yeah. So, basically, big win for Ricardo Rodriguez.
Yes, a very big win, and it's lots of fun.
And Zeb Coulter looked pretty okay in the ring for how big he is and all that jazz. And
Yeah, Dirty Dutch didn't do bad.
and Ricardo Rodriguez, good win. So yeah, bloody good match actually. It's got to be a 5-star, but it's not a 5-star match. But not every match has to be a 5-star.
So following this was, I believe...
Oh, wasn't this John Cena and the Make-A-Wish Foundation?
Yeah, which was nice, but...
It was, actually.
I fast-forwarded
it. I didn't fast-forward it.
I was watching it the next day, and you know what I have a problem with? People throwing charity down my throat.
Yeah.
That makes me sound like an evil cunt, because I am. But I don't care. I have a
So I've just taken my trainers off, and as courtesy, I always put Oost in my Febreze, in my socks and shoes. Just even if they don't smell, I just think it's courteous,
and I don't like charity being thrust upon me.
Yeah.
So this kind of made me angry.
The only thing I fast forward is when they were being asked what their wrestling names were, because I'm just like, oh, that kind of makes me cringe. You just feel like I don't like this, and it makes me uncomfortable that I don't like it, because you feel like a twat.
That was the only part I would have watched again.
But after that was Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, 1-on-1.
Good match.
Yes, well, you're going to have a good match with Cody Rhodes. Randy Orton isn't, without talent.
Randy's actually in his element against the likes of Cody and Ted, but he won't ever face Ted again.
Well, the problem is, he really wants to be heel, and they did tease that this week again, by when they were talking about, I believe it was Matt Striker was interviewing, and he said he was more focused than ever, and then boosh! Another RKO out of nowhere.
But it was to a heel, so it was just a pop.
But at the same time, it would be good. I mean, just turn the guy heel. Okay, he's the ultimate paradox, right? Fans bitch and fucking moan about Randy Orton. Not the Ortonites, as I saw someone say on Twitter, by the way.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Someone said Ortonites.
Ortonites?
Yeah, we're like, they're all clearly stealing from Kane.
Yeah, it's Kaneites.
Yeah, exactly. But
I thought it was RK Horse.
I like that one, RK Horse. But with Randy Orton, right? They say, oh, I fucking sick of it. And then people start bitching about his attitude. He's probably got an attitude still, right? No attitude. But here's the thing. Turn him heel, and you'll probably get something good out of it. Okay, he can't be putting people in the head like he used to, which is pretty much what everyone's hoping for. But you might actually be able to do something with him. Just a thought.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because he'd be more willing to do something with you if you gave him what he wanted.
Up next was Naomi versus Brie Bella.
So it was Naomi versus the smaller Bella.
Mm-hmm.
Or as I like to call it, it was Jimmy Uso versus Daniel Bryan.
So, what do you think of this match?
It was good, you know why?
Why?
Naomi can fucking wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
And Brie, as much as I shitted on her as a champion, because she shouldn't have been a champion at the time, isn't that bad of a hand for a diva.
Of course, they did the whole switcheroo.
And then it was DQ. No, it was.
Reverse decision, wasn't it?
Yes.
Got the pin, and then the referee...
Because, of course, the only reason this match was on was to fucking advertise the
Divas show.
The E! Channel's Total Divas show, which I may or may not be watching when it comes out. I'm kind of intrigued. Because it's wrestling, and I want to see the real lives, and it intrigues me. And exactly. I saw a clip of Tyson Kidd on there, and I won't see another clip of Tyson Kidd for like 7 months.
Exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, you get insight into what's actually like to be a diva in the WWE, and it might be worth it. But I want to see if Jimmy Uso proposes on the show. So, because congratulations to Jimmy and to Naomi. Oh, they're newly engaged. Up next, the Shield were out in the ring, and they were calling out, I believe it was The Undertaker. Was it Undertaker, Kane and Hammer? I don't think they were actually calling out anyone. They were just doing one of those promos, and it was going to get to the point where they were going to call out, I think, Cena and Ryback to see if they could trust each other. And then you heard... Oh, I'm trying to remember. Is it the... I'm a three-man band! Oh, yeah, because I still have Heath Slater's in my head. Yeah, we're a three-man band. Yeah. 3MB come out and they basically say they take umbrage because they were en route to like destroy Triple H, and then the Shield took them out. So they are there to confront Shield.
They're about to rock your face, as the funny one, Jinder Mahal said. Do you know why he's the funny one?
Yeah.
Because you can't take anything he says seriously.
But of course that ended well, didn't it?
Yeah, the Shield beat you up.
Yeah.
And then out came, I believe, Hell No.
Yep. And, well, you know, Wreckage Crew. But anyway, up next, it was...
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a Marvel reference.
The World Heavyweight Champion, Dolph Ziggler. Zigglypuff.
Zigglypuff. Zigglypuff.
And any time he loses the title, he starts drawing on people's faces in the market.
So out came Zigglypuff. Along with him, as always, with Snorax.
SOS.
And Misty.
I hear you shouting.
To face Rock.
SOS. I hear you crying. You're stuck in ROH and you want to make money. Sorry. I like ROH.
He's not in ROH.
I thought he was.
He's in New Japan.
Oh, he's in New Japan. So it's obviously, I think it's behind an ROH because that's what was on the iPad reviews.
Yeah, well, we watched, it was Glory by on 11.
I'm so far behind of ROH.
Me and you collectively are about 2 months behind, but I have just been given a link of someone on Tumblr, which if I remember your name, I'll thank you for it. I believe it's I Don't Like Wrestling, which is ironic because he's a wrestling blog.
Irony names.
His picture is also his fucking his avatar. It's hilarious. It's the All-Star Sheamus, from the game. His face, but with the Road Warrior shoulder pads. So it cracks me up every time I see it. He's just giving me a link on his Tumblr page that is up-to-date ROH TV and IPVs. So we will be checking them out at some point.
But Dolph Ziggler was able to pick up on a win over Kobe Kingston. And of course, when you've got Kobe...
And once again, it's what? Champion versus champion, meaning that when it's a champion versus champion match, it means nothing.
Jim, right, I'm just going to say this, right? Hulk Hogan versus the Ultimate Warrior at WrestleMania. It was WWE versus... Yes, the titles were on the line. But even so, years later, when you would have the WWE Champion versus the World Heavyweight Champion in a non-title match, you would have... my dog Yoda's going nuts outside. You would have
that reminds me so much of Kevin Smith with Shaq.
You would have huge hype behind that kind of a match because it was champion versus champion. And then they made Night of Champions, and they were going to have a Champion of Champions match. ECW, World Heavyweight, WWE, and pretty much at that point...
It failed. You know why it failed?
Yeah.
Because it was Booker T versus Big Show versus John Cena.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I love Booker T. Mm-hmm. Love the Big Show. As much as I joke on this show calling him Big Slow. Mm-hmm. And I was one of the few people that loved King Booker! Even didn't mind Sharmell so much. Yeah. But I didn't like Cena. And at the time, didn't like Booker in that role where he was breaking his King Booker role. Yeah. And I didn't like Big Show at the time because he was too slow and he was injured and he couldn't do anything. Yeah. I didn't want to see that match.
And ultimately,
Night of Champions was amazing. The original concept. A night where every title was on the line.
Yeah, I mean...
You had Kofi Kingston come from ECW on Raw the week beforehand and beat Chris Jericho for the Intercontinental Championship on that Sunday.
Amazing.
In an unadvertised match.
Well, anyway, Dolph Ziggler picks up the win. Giving him momentum heading into the match.
Thanks, I think, to Big E.
Yeah. Jack Swagger faced off against Zack Ryder.
Whoa. That would be the real American, the only real American left in professional wrestling. And alongside him was his founding father, who was said to be Sam.
Sam Coulter.
Going 1-on-1 with the Ryder Revolution one. No. With the Ultimate Broski. With the Broke. That will work out. Going on with a man who's downstairs. Woo, woo, woo. You know it. And don't forget, take care, grow your hair.
That's the new thing he's saying, isn't it?
Yes, because he's growing his hair.
Yeah.
Because his girlfriend likes long hair, not spiked.
That'll be his ex, right?
No, the one he's with now. Which is the same one.
So
3 times he's cheated on him. 3 times. And he
did he actually leave her or just stick around?
Yeah, he left her.
So it is his ex?
Actually, technically, she left him 3 times and came back. And he took her back. At least that's what I've heard and read. I can't confirm it all.
I think I'm making a prediction because I think I know this woman. I don't know her name, her age, or anything, but I bet her favourite colour is green.
Ironically, her favourite colour is purple, and she may or may have not been an inspiration for a number 94, I think. No, 42nd. Number 42 in the Billboard 100 chart song. Because you are a hoskie.
Well, you've got Zack Ryder in the ring with a wrestler.
Yes.
You tell me what happens.
Zack walks out, for starters, he walks out
Of
with
the
a
match.
microphone.
Yeah.
He gets in his head that he's going to remind Jack that his founding father was embarrassed by a Mexican.
Good move. But let's face it, Jack Swagger will legit kick your ass.
And within 2 minutes, Jack Swagger has legit kicked your ass.
And up next, this was for me just why bother?
Oh, because, we've got to show off something, and the Tuggers wall was always work.
Mark Henry came out, and he basically said he didn't have to prove anything to anybody when it came to how tough or how strong he was. But he was going to do it anyway.
Because that's what he does.
So Mark Henry, that's because of the dog. Mark Henry came out with a big rope. Oh, Stephen, you idiot.
Oh, yeah, I bet Mark Henry comes out with a big rope.
Tumblr has exploded.
Actually, no. Tumblr didn't. I was surprised when Mark Henry walks out.
What I just said.
Yeah, Mark Henry walks out with a rope that size and nobody makes a comment like that on Tumblr.
But he challenges
most people didn't watch Raw this week.
He challenges people to a tug-of-war.
So out comes Sweet Tea.
Yeah.
Who flies across the ring.
Yeah.
Flies across the ring.
Yeah.
Sweet Tea, 6'8", about 300. He's probably a biscuit away from 350.
Mm-hmm.
Flies across the ring. The Funkasaurus is next.
Mm-hmm.
6'6", I think.
Mm-hmm.
A biscuit away from 350 himself. Goes away easily.
Yeah.
Tons of funk dispatched without problem.
So out comes the Celtic Warrior.
Whoa! Too many limes. Too many limes.
All these words are true, and I'll make you believe.
It's a shameful thing. Lobster heads.
So Sheamus comes out and he accepts
The
the challenge.
careless man winds up dead.
And he takes the challenge, however, he does not take it seriously.
No, he pulls and he pulls and he pulls until eventually the big black man decides, I can't take it anymore, I'm going to come towards you.
No, what happened was, Mark Henry starts pulling back, Sheamus lets go.
Yeah, but he was coming towards him.
Yeah, because we have to pretend that Sheamus is just as strong.
Yeah, we have to pretend that Mark Henry, the world's strongest man, is the same amount of strength as a man who can pick up the Big Show.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. But Sheamus, therefore, is stronger than the tag team of tons of funk.
Yeah, fair enough. Mark Henry isn't the same Mark Henry from 1996.
Or the same Mark Henry from 2003 when he regained the title of World's Strongest Man.
Yep. He actually regained it.
In 2003.
I did not know this.
At the Arnold Classic.
The more you know. Do-do-do-do-do. But yeah, basically Mark Henry ends up flying out the ring, or whatever it is.
He flies towards the corner.
Yeah, and Sheamus is like, aha, I got you.
So Mark Henry runs towards him.
Then boosh!
Skadoosh.
Bro kick.
And that's the end of that shitty segment.
Yeah, good ones. So up next was... Repeat the baddest girl you ever want to be. Do-do-do-do-do.
The Rio. Her name was
I love that guy. Gotta get me out of there.
Her name was Copa.
Versus Antonio Cesaro.
I like it.
Yeah.
Sounds too Italian.
Oh, true. That is true. It's a very Italian kind of oh, sora mio, oh, cornetto.
Either that or your Gomez Adams.
Mamushka.
Mamushka! Mamushka!
The dance out of Mamushka! I know all the words
Oh,
to
I
that.
fucking love that
Oh.
film. That film was on just 2 weeks ago and I watched it the whole way through.
Oh,
I even went on +1 to watch it again.
I wish I'd never seen it before, so I could have watched it on What the Fuck Are We Watching coming soon.
Fuck it, we'll watch it anyway.
Alberto Del Rio. When this was on the screen, I was just like, Vince, just fire him. Just fire him and let him go to either TNA or a witch.
Do you know what the best thing was, though?
What?
That for some reason, Ricardo Rodriguez and Alberto Del, her name was Copa.
She was a showgirl.
Rio.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the reference is. It's Barry Manilow singing about Rio.
Her name is Rio Grande. She
There you
dance. Yeah, so.
See, I don't have to say that, and Boss will give me a help.
Yeah,
Stop doing the coin trick.
Oh, sorry. I need to stop watching Rooster Teeth.
No,
God
you need to
says
stop watching
it's
slow-mo.
So I'm so sorry, Gav. I'm so well. You're getting paid. Fuck you.
Don't stop here. Where's Gav?
Yeah.
Where's our Gav?
Where's that Gav? I can't wait till we start doing the show while drinking.
We got rid of our Michael.
We're going to start drinking in this show. It's going to be fantastic.
But
Going to see what I'm like pissed on.
for
Jax.
some reason,
Yeah.
Ricardo and Alberto took it upon themselves to try and get the crowd to chant.
Oh, this was a sin.
Ole, 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 ole. Because, of course, they are Mexicans.
Yeah.
And it is a Mexican football chant
Yes.
that is now used across the world in football.
Yes.
But in the world of professional wrestling,
It belongs.
not sports entertainment,
No.
it belongs to a man, no, not a man, a myth, a masked marvel,
If you're going to do that, you got to do a trailer voice.
the generic luchador, El Generico.
Well, it's tribute to the late great El Generico.
Yes. Speaking of El Generico, a good friend of his, Sami Zayn,
Yeah.
was recently mentioned in a JR tweet.
Oh yeah.
JR tweeted that just watched Sami Zayn versus versus Antonio Cesaro
Yeah.
at an NXT taping. Is a must watch. Hope it makes the show. Because there's rumours obviously that Sammy's going to debut on NXT soon and will be facing the likes of, I don't know, Cassius Ohno.
Well, he was trained by El Generico.
Yes, he's the late El Generico's protege.
Yeah.
Some say they look alike. I never know. I've never seen Generico without his mask.
Yeah. But,
So-
to be fair, we all know who El Generico like really fucking is. I mean, we really gotta stop pretending. It's the stick.
I thought it was John Cena.
That's Juan Cena.
Ah, his cousin.
Yeah. Oh, stop, Steve. So I keep trying to do the trick. Anyway, Alberto Del Rio picks up the win on the former United States champion, but current awesome wrestler being
Current
treated
awesome,
badly.
wrestler who's been told, "Yodel, bitch."
Oh yeah, yodel bitch. Oh, I like it.
I've said that before.
Now check out my Alps. What have I become? Tickle my Alps.
Tickle my arms while I Swiss bank.
Oh, dear.
That's it. Tickle my arms while I Swiss bank.
I like it. Oh, choke on my Toblerone.
I'm sorry. I'm Zurich!
Oh dear. Oh, sorry. I just turned your chest into snowy mountains. Anyway.
Get out there and fight Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah, somehow I don't think we'll be starting an Antonio Cesaro and Vince McMahon air shipping on Tumblr. But you don't know.
I think we may just have.
Anyway, Alberto picks up the win. Up next, this makes me
weirder
sad.
ones.
This makes me sad on three levels.
Well, Alberto announces as well.
Oh yes, of course. He announces that the match He did a bit of a clumsy way, but I'll give him it. He announced that at the Triple Threat it was going to be a ladder match, which I'm actually happy with.
And I believe I called.
You did.
When it was first out of the Triple Threat, I went, well, call me on a ladder match.
Yeah. But as I said, what made me sad, because up next it was...
Actually, you know, I want to talk about that for a little bit. You know what makes me happy about that match?
What?
It suits Dolph Ziggler.
Mm.
He's gone, obviously he's gone, well, I'm a former Money in the Bank winner. I've been in plenty of ladder matches.
All three are.
I've won a world heavyweight title. I've had a world heavyweight title matches in ladders.
All three of them have won a championship.
I just sit there going, okay, but Jack Swagger won his at WrestleMania in a Money in the Bank match. Sure, he had a problem getting the briefcase.
He was the last one to win at WrestleMania.
He was. And Jack's probably had a match at WrestleMania. I think Jack's had at least one ladder match.
Think about it. Alberto Del Rio defeated John Cena CM Punk to become the WWE champion at SummerSlam after Kevin Nash
cashed it in, yeah. But I'm talking about ladder matches here.
Jack Swagger won his WWE World Heavyweight Championship after powerbombing Chris Jericho after Chris Jericho
a week after WrestleMania.
Yeah. He got also had on SmackDown.
By Edge.
And Dolph Ziggler, as we all know, cashed it in on...
the greatest pay-per-view of the year, the Raw after Mania.
Yeah, cashed in on Alberto Del Rio. In terms of ladder matches...
in terms of ladder matches, I think Alberto may just have pipped... No, because Dolph's been in a few ladder matches. He's won TLC. He won a TLC.
I don't think any of them have a victory in a ladder match, though, do they?
Yeah, Dolph won a TLC.
The actual TLC, but I mean for like a world title.
No, that was for the Money in the Bank, though.
I suppose. It is a slight edge.
Yeah. I think Dolph's got the edge here, but Alberto's had more ladder matches.
Do you reckon we'll ever see a Big E turn against Dolph, or do you reckon they're going to...
Because they are teasing it.
They are teasing, but at the same time, there was this bit before... There was a gif...
just after this match.
There was a gif on Tumblr, which you reblogged, I told Mark at one, where it's Dolph Ziggler doing what I love at what heels do when they're in a team. You know, legitimately saying, you were great out there. And Big E's like, thanks, you too, no, just.
And then AJ turns around and goes, it's on the show.
Yeah.
AJ turns around and goes, you were great, you were really great out there, you know, sort of Ziggler and going, you were, babe, you were really great out there. And he goes, yeah, it was me. Yeah. He goes, but you know, good effort to everyone. Yeah, good team effort, lad.
I love that kind of shit, because that's, like, early Evolution I loved.
Oh, yeah.
When it was Trips saying, you guys are great, you're doing a good job.
This is the future of professional wrestling.
You know, and, you know, there's a lot of the times where I do believe that Trips said, I would have happily let you be champion once I was done. Because I believe he would, you know, but
eventually.
It's that kind of thing, but
that moment led
to
Caitlyn being on screen.
Caitlyn,
Natalya, and AJ on screen. Say what you want about me, I was a very happy man.
But Caitlyn made some remarks which points AJ goes,
put me back to you.
Yeah.
Gotcha, babe.
Yeah. And an altercation between the two.
And
it was a verbal altercation.
And then there was a delivery.
Yeah. Where
AJ snatched it, thinking it was for her, off Ziggler. And my favourite part of the whole thing was her turning around and going, "Thanks, babe. You shouldn't have." And Ziggler turns around and goes, "I didn't." And you don't really hear that. He just goes, "I didn't." Like, and at this point, it's for Caitlyn, and she takes it back. It's an ugly ass hat that matches her style perfectly. Yeah, it is an ugly ass hat. Even JDL said, and that man's got style. And knows a lot about hats.
Do you reckon we're still going with the Cody Rhodes Secret Admirer thing? Or do you reckon something else?
I think it's Big E.
That'll be interesting.
They're doing a lot of interaction on Twitter.
This is true.
I posted that on Tumblr as well.
Anyway,
I may have or may not maintain Tumblr.
Yeah. Well, you are the head of the Tumblr division of Tumblr.
I'm the administrator.
Yeah. We refer to you as the head of the Tumblr department or division of hashtag Tumblr Market. Because eventually you'll be on a website and you'll still be the boss of that. You know what I mean? But what I'm going to get to? It was up there. It was Great Khali and Natalya.
Oh dear God, this hurts so much, but I couldn't do it over or fast forward.
Versus. Did I get this right? Fandango.
And Summer Rae.
In a dance-off.
A fucking dance-off.
Now, WWE fans. I have a message for you. Great Khali doesn't have knees.
He's got glass.
He has broken glass in what resembles the end of a fucking buffalo wing.
Buffalo wings.
And the fans are going, Fandango and Summer Rae.
Oh, Summer Rae.
And by the way, those legs on Summer Rae.
She's got legs!
Do you know what's also about her legs?
And she knows how to use them.
Do you know what I really love about her legs?
The way that they can go all the way to the top and make an ass of themselves.
No. There's two of them. I love that.
Do you know what I know about them?
No.
She can use them to wrestle with as well. Come back to me, boss. Come back to me, boss.
I'm back. I could feel the jazz alarm going on. I think I got that installed.
That's good.
Yeah, but yeah, basically it was going to be that. Obviously, because I didn't want to do a match. Fandango loses by popular votes.
Fuck that shit.
And yeah, I think Fandango attacked him. Didn't he? Didn't he do a leg drop or some shit like that?
He attacked him. He did. I
It's a
think
very
he was
weird-
going to do the St. Teresa's, whatever it's called.
Bray Wyatt's finisher.
Yeah, Bray.
Yeah.
Bray actually went to use that this week and danced as well on NXT, which is kind of weird.
Oh, I really want to call that. Stole this from Wyatt.
Bray said I could have this one.
Bray says hi.
Bray is the world eater.
Yeah. Anyway, up next after that.
Well, we had Riot back as well after this.
Yes, because it was good.
Declare he couldn't take the chance on Cena's Achilles injury.
I liked how they handled Ryback this episode.
Yeah, me too.
Basically, John Cena and Ryback were due to team up to face the Shield in the match. Ryback comes in as as John Cena's getting his they're getting taped up, and Ryback says, "You know, you're hurt and all that jazz, and no, you're injured." Cena goes, "I'm not injured. I'm hurt. I can still go." Ryback goes, "I can't take that chance." And then he goes into the office of
Ricky! Team Ricky for the win!
Of Vicky Guerrero and Brad Maddox.
Team Ricky! Say it. Say it.
We don't drink on the show yet.
Say it.
No.
Team Bricky. Team
And Vicky
Bricky. Say it.
Ryback.
Say it.
No.
Say it. 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 The fans want you to say it. Come on, then you know. We had people when we met them say, "Why don't you say it?"
If they really want me to say it, they'll let me know.
Say it.
No. I will not say it until there is a demand for it from the fans. If the fans demand it, I will say the full thing.
Okay.
Oh, I will.
You really want to do that?
If the fans demand it. But it can't just be like one or two people.
All right, we'll do this then.
Yeah.
We'll do this.
Yeah.
How many?
I want at least 10 comments.
10 people.
10 people.
10 people.
At least 10 people.
10 people on Tumblr, Twitter,
It can be combined.
everything. Right?
YouTube, Twitter, and Tumblr.
Right. If you want the boss to say Team Bricky for the win,
Oh, all right.
Team Bricky for the win.
All right.
The most legendary duo in wrestling today.
I'm not saying that.
No, I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
We want you to message, tweet, or comment. Boss equals Bricky.
I'll add to this. If I get 20, if I get 20,
yes,
right, I will do my very best. So the next time Total Markout guys make a public appearance to dress like Brad Maddox.
Like I did.
Yeah, but if we get 30, I will get Adam to design a Team Bricky t-shirt thing. Right?
Okay.
Right? You know. So I'll get him to do that, and I will wear it.
All right, then we'll sort something out. We'll see what we get then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So but I'm not going to see the Team Bricky, those 3 letters until I get at least 10 people.
All right, and Team Bricky for the win. You want to see that? Send in Boss Loves Bricky.
No.
That's what I want to see sent in. Right? You don't have to say it. That's what has to be sent in for it to count.
All right, but if it's on Twitter, hashtag Boss.
I'm not saying that word.
Yeah, I'll say it though because it's Twitter. You know, if it's Twitter, there, Tumblr, you just need the phrase.
Tumblr, just say it. Comments, just say it, and we'll see how this goes.
I've got a feeling I'm going to be safe, mind.
Have you?
I've got a good feeling I'm going to be safe. Although I've got a feeling you're going to call the cavalry in. Look, I need a favour, guys. But no,
we'll see how it goes.
I hate
so,
Brad Maddox. I hate
so we
Brad
want
Maddox.
Bricky. Boss loves Bricky for 10. Will give you the boss having the same Team Bricky for the win.
Oh, I don't want to say it. I really don't.
It's really good excuse. It's funny.
Rolls up your sleeves. Like
20 was.
20 was I'll dress as Brad Maddox the next time
We have a meet up.
I will try my best to dress like him.
And 30 is we will have Funk design a Team Bricky for the win T-shirt.
Yes.
And Boss will wear it.
I will wear it.
And we will make it available for other people to wear as well.
Yes, of course. Well, they can buy it.
Yes.
They can't wear it as well because then they'll be wearing the shirt I wore. Unless there's a fan base for that, which I doubt.
Well, you are Steve
I do know. I do know there is a female fan group within my fiance's fandom for me because of my accent, and not because I'm sexy. You know, from the chin up.
Yeah. So, so I'll say these words now. Yes. Team Bricky for the win.
Uh-huh.
We're there when Ryback entered. This is so much fun for me.
It feels horrible to hear again.
You've honestly got no more how this is hurting, Boss. Please talk to him.
I don't want to say it.
Ryback enters.
I feel like I've made a big mistake.
Ryback enters and says that he can't trust John Cena. Cena's let him down the sheer enough times.
I've spilt my deep brew. Wait, hang on.
And says that he can't trust him. The match will happen, so that's not happening. So, Vicky decides,
who I like,
along with Brad, that because he's the assistant he's assistant supervisor manager.
No, he's the assistant to the general manager.
That's what you say.
That's what she says.
That's what you say.
It's what she says.
And now you're going to listen to Vicky Guerrero.
Yes, she's the
You really don't like Brad if you're willing to listen to her.
She's the supervisor of Raw, so she is in charge. As much as it's a stupid title, why not just?
Let's not get into this again. We did this last week. We got into this last week.
Oh fuck! They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it.
Brad's gonna be manager.
He is. One day, Brad Maddox is going to be the general manager.
Yep.
They're gonna coach it.
Yep.
Oh, come back, the coach. All is forgiven.
Brad Maddox for the win.
I hate that name.
Maddox for GM.
Shut up. I'll never say that. You'll get Am to write that on the fucking sleeve of that shirt, won't you?
No. White coach.
Oh, I should kill you.
So Vicky says that, well, how about we make it Ryback and Team Hell No versus the Shield? Ryback's response is simple. He shakes his head, no. And then says the match isn't happening and walks out.
Yeah, Ryback leaves. So it becomes...
Ryback rules.
It becomes the Shield versus WWE Champion John Cena with the Tag Team Champions.
Because Brad was sent to tell Cena that he wasn't allowed to wrestle tonight. And Cena said, I'm hurt. If you don't leave now, you'll be hurt badly. I want John Cena to kill him. I want him to kill him. I want him to just kill him. And next week you'll be singing his praises.
No, I won't.
You really will.
I won't.
You have no idea how popular this kid is on Tumblr.
Yeah, you are not going to get people. Like half the time, I wonder if you have 10 people listening.
Yeah, that's a good question. I wonder how many past our special messages we get in the show.
I can see you now just posting a special thing on Tumblr saying, I need help because this guy here...
I'll just put the Brad Maddox tag. Hashtag Beefy Ref.
Oh, shit.
I'll just put it on the tags, dude.
Oh.
Anyway, so know, if there's anything I can do, it's worth Tumblr.
So the main event was Shield. I got an iron drink in my eye. But it was the Shield versus WWE Champion John Cena with WWE Tag Team Champions Team Hell No. which is Daniel Bryan and Kane. Anyone just
Down. No! 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 No!
I do miss the,
No!
I do miss my chemical. Well, what's it called? This
chemical burn, isn't it?
Yeah, this chemical. Yeah, I think it's called this chemical.
Isn't it like this slow burn or something?
It's
on the Forcible
slow
Entry.
Chemical. Slow Chemical by Figure 11.
That's right, yeah. It's on the Forcible Entry CD.
Indeed. Basically,
I believe.
match goes as well as you'd fucking expect.
She'll win.
Yeah, she'll win after, was it a spear to John Cena and Luther Reigns picks up
Luther?
Luther Reigns.
Wow!
Hey, at least it wasn't Paul Bearer this time, you know. But,
well, he even wasn't on the show this week.
Roman Reigns, not Luther Reigns. Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns picks up a huge win over John Cena.
Yep.
Fantastic. And Ryback kind of decided at the top of the ramp going.
Yeah, because they destroyed Team Hell No and Ryback.
By the way, you know, people keep chanting Goldberg at Ryback. And to be honest with you, it's ridiculous. He's nothing like, you know, he's not like Goldberg with his beanie hat, his leather jacket, black jeans, and a beard. And
yeah, but here's the thing. You know what's the problem is with that?
Yeah.
The badass look.
Yeah, but it's not really helping, is it?
Fuck him. Fuck Goldberg. Honestly, if he had entered the business today, people would be sitting there going, "Really? Wow, you're a monster." And then he would have got in the ring with fucking William Regal. He would have stretched him for 5 minutes. Would have been put in the ring with Cassius Ohno, who would have stretched him for fucking 5 minutes. Antonio would have stretched him for 5 minutes. Barrett would have knocked the fuck out of him for 5 minutes. And then Punk and Bryan would have gone, "You're not getting in the ring with me."
So, overall...
Overrated, cunt.
Overall, Raw, kind of a meh show, would you reckon? Some decent matches, but could have been executed better.
Was it one to fucking sing home to?
Yeah.
I wasn't going to send a postcard to my father who lives in his house, same house as me, and gone, "You should really watch Raw this week." Like,
aye. Anyway, every week...
Started that cost fucking 20 pence and you this instead.
we were asked a question a long time ago for a special You Gotta Get Got. No, from You Gotta Get Got. I got my words wrong there.
You still said it the same way.
You gotta get got.
Like the way you're supposed to. Break your neck.
Yeah, whiplash. I whipped my hair back and forth.
Then she went and cut her fucking hair.
Oh, weird. But you gotta get got!
This show with drink is not going to be about wrestling halfway through.
Asked Geek a special question for the segment of the show called You Get It Right! Which was out of the WrestleMania. This was before WrestleMania 29.
Yeah, it was about a few weeks before.
Geek was asked which was better, the first 14 WrestleManias, 1 to 14 obviously, or the second lot, which was 15 to 28. We've been going through the WrestleManias, noting down whether each one was a good one or a bad one. This week we're going to be looking at 18, 19, and 20. So, Geek King, let's start with WrestleMania 18. Now, WrestleMania 18 took place in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. In Ontario works as well.
Ontario.
I don't have.
They call it Ontario.
Yeah, and I say Ontario because.
Yeah, so what's the rule about places?
Canadians, you can fuck them.
Not Leicester and Leicester.
I've been betrayed by many a Canadian.
Yeah, but this is Trish Stratus' hometown.
Oh, that's different actually. Yeah. That is quite different. Yeah.
And Edges.
So Ontario.
And Christians.
By Sky. Oh, look, the boobs already
and
won.
tests.
The boobs already won.
This is a test.
Shut your face. Anyway. There were 11 matches plus Sunday Night Heat.
Which I still haven't seen.
So, Sunday Night Heat, it was Rikishi, Scotty 2 Hotty, and Albert, the Hot Hippo, defeating Mr. Perfect, Lance Storm, and Test in a 6-man tag team match with Jacqueline as the special guest referee in 3 minutes and 6 seconds.
Well, that's probably why I've never seen it.
And so, your opening match of the night, Rob Van
Dam
versus William Regal,
dun, 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 dun.
who walked in as the WWF Intercontinental Champion.
But did not walk out the same way.
No, this was the WrestleMania before the draft, if I'm not mistaken, because Rob Van Dam ended up being drafted over to Monday Night Raw by Ric Flair, which got No, sorry. Vince McMahon, I think, took Rob Van Dam or something like that because
he
because
jumped the queue.
Sorry. Yeah, because Ric Flair ended up taking the European champion William Regal, and William Regal's going, but I'm loyal to Mr. McMahon. But so it was like, very good
match.
It was a very good match. Well, we got William Regal, who is obviously I fanboy over all the time. I completely mark out when it comes to William Regal. When he appeared on Raw, oh my god, I was like, and Rob Van Dam. As much as I don't like him personally, I think professionally one of the best. Absolutely one of the best. I don't have a hatred for the guy. I just think he talks. He likes to run his mouth a bit too much at times in interviews, and it's like.
To be fair, he does it when he's stoned, so he can't really help that.
Yeah, so it's kind of like my thing, But it's part of that. Professionally, couldn't say a bad word about Rob Van Dam.
Next match from Tampa, Florida, by way of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, was Christian.
At last, you're on your own. Versus.
It's me. It's DDP.
And it was for the European Championship. Diamond Dallas Page walked in as champ.
DDP walked out as champ. But it was a good thing, though, because Christian didn't lose his cool.
No.
Even in front of 80,000 people of his hometown and the millions watching at home on pay-per-view. And that's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. And then Christian lost his cool.
Yeah.
In a really good match.
Like me losing a match on January 13, Christian lost his shit.
Pretty much.
Up next, it was a hardcore championship match.
One of many.
As Maven fought against
Goldust.
Yeah, him. And it fought to a no contest.
Because, well, it doesn't say on the page we're looking at, but it happens because I believe...
Yeah, basically Spike Dudley came out and he pinned Maven, and of course it was under 24/7 rules. Spike became the new hardcore champion. And then Crash Holly came out and chased Spike through the crowd with Maven and Goldust shortly following the two. And in the main event, Rock Band, Johnny Poo, bit of live pose. I'm just saying, yeah, we went to the backstage where Crash Holly and Spike Dudley continued to fight. Al Snow tried to interfere by driving a golf cart along with referee Teddy Long towards the two. Now Crash in the box. Spike successfully fought off Crash by throwing him into a steel door, but ended up getting kicked by the Hurricane, who swung off a rope. Hurricane then pinned Spike to become the new hardcore champion. Now, if I remember rightly, Hardcore then ended up meeting up with Mighty Molly. Mighty Molly struck...
Hurricane then met up with
the Hurricane.
Yes, because he was in Godfather's locker room, and he had the mop, and suddenly he had a little reaction to the...
Hurricane meets up with Mighty Molly. Mighty Molly hits him over the head with a fucking pan and becomes the new hardcore champion. Molly
and when she runs away, she runs right into...
Douche a door. But Christian is on the other side of for the new hardcore champion. As Christian is making his escape from WrestleMania,
he thinks he's going to do it.
The Maven appears, cracks him,
gets it, schoolboy.
1, 2, 3, and Maven jumps into the limousine. Once again, the hardcore champion,
stealing Christian's luggage as well.
Yes,
nothing was made of that one.
Up next, it was Kurt Angle versus Kane in a single match. 10 minutes and 45 seconds.
The reason it's forgotten because no one remembers what happened. But it's actually quite a good match.
Indeed.
Following up comes The Undertaker as Big Evil versus the Nature Boy.
The limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, wheeling and dealing. Woo! Son of a gun!
Ric Flair.
Yeah.
In a no disqualification match, I believe they've called it here no holds barred. I believe it was just no holds barred. Which is currently in line to be released on Blu-ray and DVD in the UK.
Yes, Hulk Hogan versus Zeus.
Which I probably get because it's a guilty pleasure, man.
Yeah, fair enough.
In a match that not only features the Nature Boy getting busted open like a stuffed pig, not only features JR losing his shit whenever Big Evil does something, or a lead pipe rolling over the other side of the ring, or the King laughing every time Big Evil does something, or Big Evil laughing every time Big Evil does something. But a moment that nobody, and I mean nobody, saw coming, when out of nowhere, Nature Boy whips the Undertaker into the ropes. The Undertaker's running towards him. Nate ducks down, and Anderson, boo, Double A! Double A spine buster on your ass, dead man! Boom! Was that one or two?
That was 2, Geek, I'm sorry.
You can have an extra one for us.
Thank you. But, of course, everyone knows the history of the Undertaker.
It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and number 10 at WrestleMania 18. As Taker points out at the end of the match. In one of my favourite
Great match.
In a great match from two guys, and it really showed that Rick could still go even at that age.
Next, it was Edge versus Booker T.
For the shampoo commercial.
What a great way to get this match. A WrestleMania clinic based around shampoo.
An excellent match, it really is.
It really
now, next came Stone Cold Steve Austin.
What?
Versus the following match will be brought to you by the New World Order. Hey, yo. Scott Hall, accompanied with Kevin Nash. In a match that not only shows that Scott was kind of running out of steam at this point in his career.
Yeah.
Or that Kevin can just about walk a ramp without injuring himself. Just about. And it's a long ramp.
Yeah.
Or that Austin was dutifully pissed at his positioning in the card.
Yeah.
But shows maybe the greatest stunner ever.
Woo!
Boom! Stone Cold Stunner. And I'm up again. Boom! Woo! Kamikaze!
Houston, we have a problem.
It's almost like
Team Rocket blasting off again.
It's kind of like Scott Hall size. Fucking I'm a kamikaze. Whee!
Up next, Billy and Chuck. You look so good to me. Why should that be Brad Maddox's new theme?
Brad doesn't have a theme. Doesn't need one.
Versus the APA. Well, B.
Damn!
Versus the Dudley Boys.
We're coming down.
With Stacey Keebler.
The Duchess of Dudleyville was there because, if you remember before this match, Survivor sang them in, and Stacey dances with the lead singer in a way that shows not only is the Duchess of Dudleyville aptly named because whenever she appears, you've got wood, but her song by Kid Rock was so right because she does have legs and she does know how to use them. Excuse me while I just bring Boss back.
Gentlemen.
There you go.
And of course, the Hardy Boys. I'm a Hardy Boy right now, you know what I'm saying?
And if you remember, during this match, which Billy and Chuck win for the Tag Team Championships,
retaining the titles.
During this match, the APA are eliminated, I believe, at first. Then the Hardys and the Dudleys, maybe. But you remember at this point, the Hardy Boy, Jeff, decides to, Jeffrey, before he gets all hopped up on drugs, decides that doesn't want to look at Stacey's arse. He wants to slap it. So he slaps her arse and then he kisses her and he throws her down to the ring apron. At which point, the boss watched this with me, having not watched it for quite a while, turns around to me and goes, "Kill him!" And I went, it's okay if Jeff Hardy commits career suicide in about 2 years.
But up next, the match of a lifetime. The Rock versus Hulk Hogan.
Icon versus Icon. It is The Rock, the Brahma Bull, the Great One, going 1-on-1 with the Immortal, the Lying, the Immortal the Hulkamania Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
And also, what I love about Hulk Hogan is like, well, let me tell you something, brother. Like, you know, when the fans were they were starting to boo, and The Rock says, "What do we do?" And I just said, "Rock, just follow my lead." It's like, fuck's sake.
And what Rock said was, "Nope."
Yeah. Hogan basically always fucking acts like he's fucking doing everything right.
Yeah.
It's like, seriously, I mean, dude, you are a fucking waste of wrestling life.
Yep. But unfortunately, if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan,
Yeah.
we wouldn't be doing
But
this
this
right
is the
now.
thing. It's like Vince McMahon. There wouldn't be a WrestleMania without Vince McMahon, but he still makes stupid shit. And Hulk Hogan is the same. He was one of the biggest, he's one of the biggest cornerstones in wrestling. He was a huge part of history. But that doesn't excuse him or make him any less relevant now.
Look at it this way.
Yeah.
In the world of politics, there is Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
In the world of professional wrestling, if you have a Mount Rushmore, Hulk Hogan would have to be on there somewhere.
Of course.
But you cannot tell me, any American listening, and there's a few of you I know there is, if your Mount Rushmore, nobody on there made mistakes?
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln was well known for neglecting his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was a bit loopy, but you know. And for neglecting his sons. Despite what Daniel Day-Lewis and Steven Spielberg will try and make you think.
Yeah.
But they all had their problems.
Yeah.
And technically, George Washington was a fucking rebel. An outlaw.
Yeah. But as match goes, I think for me it's one of the matches which is really overrated.
So hyped. It's the crowd, and it's the same as the last time in Toronto where it was Hogan versus Warrior. The match itself is crap, but the crowd is decent.
But up next, it was Jazz defending the WWF Women's Championship against Trish Stratus and Lita.
I had 2/3 of that.
Yes, but unfortunately, Jazz picked up the win.
Yeah, because she nearly killed Lita.
But the main event.
Here comes the game.
It was Chris Jericho defending the undisputed WWF Championship with Stephanie McMahon against Triple H. I just love the way Lane Garcia says that, man.
I am the game, I am the pain. You will know my
Doom,
pain.
doom, 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 doom.
You will remember my day.
I just love that.
The game!
It's all about the game, you fall like the rest. Your failure is my success. I love Jordan Poole sometimes.
Oh, it's fucking awesome.
But but a great match in my opinion.
And quite frankly, because we've just wasted about 10 minutes doing this, we could have looked at this card and gone, yeah, it's a good match.
Yeah.
Good pay-per-view. Done!
Good pay-per-view. So we're at the 1 hour 16 minute mark. Let's jump over to WrestleMania 19. This was at Safeco Field in Seattle, Washington.
Hold on.
This took place on March 30th, 2003.
Dare to dream.
Dare to dream. And it would be awful nice if my page would fucking load. Now it has. Right, you had 9 matches plus a heat match. Your heat match was Lance Storm and Chief Morley, who were the tag team champions going against Kane and Rob Van Dam, retain their titles thanks to the Dudley Boys.
Yes, the Dudley Boys hit 3D on Lance Storm, and then because of Eric Bischoff holding their contracts over their heads, decided, fuck it, we have to make them win.
But your first match of the night, it was Matt Hardy defending the Cruiserweight.
Whoa!
Matt version
I
1.
can live for a moment.
And with his Punk disciple. Yeah, with his Punk disciple Sharon
He
Moore.
wasn't punked at the time.
Yeah, well, he's
He was
Punk now.
clean
I know. But defeating Booyaka
619.
Rey
To
Mysterio.
be fair, it wasn't that song either.
I know. That bad.
Who's that popping out the sky?
Oh, why Mysterio?
Mysterio, here we go.
And
When the mask comes out, the blackout.
yeah.
Pass out.
Then on the second match of the card, it was the
Good match.
a great match.
Matt Chiefs to win.
The Undertaker versus The Big Show and A-Train. Oh, this match is the bane of Total Knockout's existence at times.
Apparently, you're supposed to be a DQ because Nathan Jones comes out and kicks the Big Show in the head, even though Big Show attacks him first.
Yes.
So therefore, no DQ, and the referee can use his discretion when necessary. Undertaker tombstones A-Train, no easy feat, and retains for number 11 in the streak.
Not one of the best matches of Undertaker's career, but definitely not a Jan Gonzalez. Anyway, up next, Trish Stratus.
Hello.
Faced Women's Champion Victoria.
Hello.
Accompanied by Stevie Richards.
I'll show you. You'll see.
And Jazz. Trish Stratus walks out the WWF World Women's Champion.
Yippee.
Up next, the WWE Tag Team Championships. Team Angle, Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas.
You suck.
Defeated Los Guerreros.
Alright, Chavito, already. Viva la raza,
And the team of Chris Benoit and Rhino.
Chris Benoit, Rhino.
Good match, actually. I do remember this tag match.
Yeah, it was a good match.
Longest match of the card, but
Go!
sorry.
Go! Go!
So one of the shortest matches of the card, but not bad. Up next, the dream
think I'm cute.
Shawn Michaels
You know I'm sexy.
returns to WrestleMania to face Y2J, the living legend, the highlight of the night, Chris Jericho. And by God, this was the longest match of the
Break down
night.
the walls of Jericho.
22 minutes and 34 seconds of Mark Heaven.
It's a fucking great match.
And what a match. Ends, of course, with Shawn Michaels picking up the win, Jericho going for the hug, and then kneeing him in the fucking gahunis.
Woohoo!
Fucking
Right in the handbag.
But up next, the World Heavyweight Championship. The match that people did not think would happen at WrestleMania. It was Triple H with Ric Flair versus the five-time WCW champion, sucker, Booker T.
Excellent match, good build-up, and it made you think for a little while that Booker T was going to be the World Heavyweight Champion.
And up next, a match 20 years in the making. A street fight that lasted 20 minutes and 47 seconds, which gave us the return of the original Rebel, the man who was Rowdy.
Rowdy!
Yeah.
Piper.
Because it was Hollywood Hulk Hogan versus the god of McMahonism, Vincent Kennedy McMahon Jr.
He's not Junior.
Vincent McMahon Jr. because his father's Vincent McMahon Sr.
Yeah, but it's Vincent J. McMahon.
Yeah, but still Vincent Kennedy McMahon Jr. That's what he calls himself.
Yeah, it's weird that, isn't it? Because Vincent J. McMahon.
I don't think the middle name counts.
It should.
It should.
I think it does. I think they just call him Junior and Senior. I don't think it's an official term.
Now, the match was good because it was a street fight.
Yeah.
It wasn't about a wrestling clinic.
And you got two great moments.
The Devil Vince.
Devil Vince and Piper returning and spitting on both of them but laying Hogan out.
Oh, Piper. You never failed to disappoint.
The following contest.
You never ever failed to, you know what I mean.
Was
I'm marking out right now. So.
the trilogy.
Ah, yes.
Stone Cold Steve Austin went 1-on-1 with the great one, The Rock. Because there's one thing The Rock has never done at WrestleMania, and that would be
beat that bald-headed candy ass at WrestleMania. Because at this point, this was The Rock where he was a heel, so he was the jabroni-beating, pie-eating, elbow-raising, trailblazing, lock-stock people's champ, The Rock.
Yeah, jabroni beating. I think
and of
one
course,
of my favorite ones was jabroni beating, pie eating, eyebrow raising, elbow dropping, trailblazing, can catch a star moving, still whoop on their ass. People's champ, The Rock.
I used to love it when he used to go, if you smell, look at the tongue, look at the tongue. I was like,
women, this isn't still on The Rock. It's cooking.
And The Rock was able to pick up the win after a third rock bottom in succession.
Leaving Sacramento.
Ever since The Rock came into town, everybody's tried to bring him down. Canadians have no class. That's why they can kiss the people's ass.
Leaving Sacramento behind. But don't worry, 'cause I'll be sure to return in May when the Lakers come to kick the King's ass.
But of course, the main event. Kurt Angle, the WWE champion, faces off against
Brock Lesnar.
And this was the match that had the infamous shooting star press, which Brock had done successfully many a time outside of WWE.
He did it OVW.
But
he did it in WWE. On an episode of Heat, when him and Shelton Benjamin brought him as a tag team, because they were a tag team for a long time, the Minnesota Wrecking Crew.
Right.
An homage to the Anderson Brothers.
Yeah.
They actually, Shelton Benjamin would hit a suplex and set it up perfectly so that he could hit the shooting star press.
Brock Lesnar picked up the win, becoming WWE champion with, I think, a broken neck.
Yeah, he did break his neck.
21 minutes and 7 seconds.
No, he had a concussion. Kurt broke his neck.
Yeah, a great match. Fucking awesome match.
Great match. And there's enough good matches on there for WrestleMania to go down as a good match.
And now we're in the 1 minute 25.
WrestleMania, sorry.
Oh yeah, so good pay-per-view?
Yeah, it's good. There's enough matches on there to make it good.
It is a good pay-per-view. Right, it's 1 minute, 1 hour, 25 minutes. Enough time to do one more WrestleMania. This WrestleMania took place at Madison Square Garden in New York City, March 14th, 2004, with an attendance of 18,000.
Where it all begins again.
You had 12 matches, no dark matches for this one. Your first match of the evening was The Big Show defending the United States Championship against the WrestleMania debuting John Cena.
Yo!
And after cutting a wrap and later on the match using the chain, the chain to strike the Big Show, delivering an FU on the Big Show to become the new United States champion.
I believe when Carlito then beat him a couple months later. Carlito because he went in for the Marine. And then, he got stabbed in an After Hours Club.
Yeah.
And then Jesus got to the beating.
Yeah.
After Carlito ran away from him at Survivor Series. Mm-hmm. And then, I believe that's when he won the US Championship back off Carlito and debuted the Spinner.
Up next, it was Booker T and Rob Van Dam defending the World Tag Team Championships against Garrison Cade and Mark Jindrak.
It's the Booker man, yo. Can you dig it? Why I can't?
The Dudley Boys.
Free.
René Dupree and Rob Conway, La Resistance.
Look at my friends kicking off.
And like I said, they retained their championship 7 minutes 52 seconds.
I have nothing for Caden Jindrak, because quite frankly, they weren't there long enough.
Well, Jindrak's, as you said before,
Jindrak's a huge star. I said off air on here in Mexico. Triple A and the Mexicans love him as Marco Corleone. And he's currently working in the US, Lucha Libre USA.
Up next, it was Chris Jericho versus Christian, with Trish Stratus eventually coming down for ringside.
Yeah, man.
This was a match because Christian had attacked Trish Stratus in a match Eric Bischoff had made.
Because, of course, eventually Chris Jericho revealed he had true feelings for Trish after betting a Canadian dollar that he could dead Trish before Christian could beat her.
This match led to one of the sexiest, hottest incarnations of the Trish Stratus character ever.
Do you remember when she came? It was not long after this. She came to the wedding for Kane and Lita in that white. Jazz.
Yeah. Okay. He's a good fella. Anyway,
easy Hulk.
Christian picked up a WrestleMania win. Great for him. But up next,
Jericho did turn. Trish did turn heel on.
Yeah, but I don't want to imagine the kiss that they.
Yeah, they kissed and they kissed. Christian ate her face.
Evolution is a mystery of the change that no one sees. It was Randy Orton and Batista and Ric Flair versus
If You Smell What the Rock
and Sock
is cooking.
Bang bang! In a 3-on-2 handicap match. Now, Randy Orton eventually picked up the win for Team Evolution. But my God, it was great to see Mick Foley at WrestleMania.
Down, down, down.
The Cactus Jack theme, yeah. Great match.
He didn't use that. It's one of my favorite.
It's my favorite theme of all time. It was a good match. Good that the heels went over. Obviously, putting the current stars over.
Yeah.
Well, I say current. Ric Flair was part of them.
Yeah, but Randy and Batista were there. We knew stars.
Big win.
That was their debut WrestleManias, and this was Ric Flair's return to WrestleMania.
Up next, it was Tori Wilson and Sable against Stacey Cooper and Miss Jackie in a Playboy evening gown match.
Which they decided to change up the rules a little bit in this one by just starting with no dresses on at all. Which Stacey happily went along with, and Sable went along with, and Tori went along with. I'm wishful thinking that. And then Miss Jackie went, no, so they took it off her.
Yeah.
And they just had a match. Yep, I know. The following contest was scheduled for 1 fall, and it was a Cruiserweight Open WWE Cruiserweight Championship. Introducing first the participants: Ultimo Dragon, Shannon Moore, Jamie Nalbo, Unaki,
Number one announcer,
Nunzio, Billy Kidman.
Whatever happened to Billy Kidman?
He ate Billy Kidman. Rey Mysterio, Tajiri.
As I believe, what was he called? Yeah, as Eric Bischoff referred to him in the 2004 draft, the Japanese buzzsaw.
Akio.
I was with Tajiri. My mum now saw.
And accompanied by his father, Chavo Guerrero Sr., a.k.a. Chavo Classic, Chavo Guerrero!
Chavo Guerrero retains the Cruiserweight Championship in the Cruiserweight Championship Open.
Which is just a fun match.
Oh, yeah.
You watch that, it makes you go, yeah, the rest of this WrestleMania is going to be fun. It's going to be fast-paced. It's going to be energetic. And then the following match is...
Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar.
Son of a bitch!
This match.
This betrayal! Betrayed me!
No,
This match sucks!
Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. With the only saving grace was that the special guest referee was Stone Cold Steve Austin.
And what makes this great is that this match has gone down in infamy as the biggest bust in WrestleMania. And you have to bear in mind, LT, Lawrence Taylor had a main event match.
Yeah. Giant Gonzalez.
Hulk Hogan.
Virgil at one point had a WrestleMania.
Virgil has a WrestleMania win!
This match ends with Goldberg finally beating Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar flips off Stone Cold Steve Austin, and the fans, Stone Cold Steve Austin stuns Brock Lesnar to hell. He then later on stuns Goldberg to hell.
Just for the fun of it. Because they're both leaving, and Madison Square Garden says, na 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 na, na 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 na, hey, hey, goodbye, na 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 na.
Na 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 na,
hey, 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 fuck you.
WWE Tag Team Championships line in a fatal four-way tag team match when Too Cool, Rikishi, and Scotty 2 Hotty, the current WWE Tag Team Champions, defended against the world's greatest tag team, Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin, formerly known as Team Angle, against the Basham brothers, Danny and Doug, who would later on become the, I believe, the security force for
Secretary of Defense.
Secretary of Defense of JBL. And, of course, the APA, fully enough, Bradshaw and Farouk. Well, I'll be
damned! And this was actually only about 2 months before Bradshaw turned heel.
Yep.
And turned JBL.
Yep.
A decent enough match. It's a quick match. It gets you over that first. Is that all that match seems?
Yes.
Is that all that? Is Goldberg Brock only 13:42?
Yeah.
It seems like it's a half an hour.
But up next, Victoria versus Molly Holly. It was hair versus title match.
Which means if Molly lost, she would get her hair shaven. If Vicky lost, she would... No, wait.
Basically, the loser would
both get their hair shaved, yeah.
Yeah, but Victoria's title was up for grabs.
I thought it was Molly's title for that.
No, Victoria went in as champion.
Oh, right. I always forget that.
Yeah. Victoria retained her title.
Yes, so Molly got
knocked
her shaved.
Molly Holly the fuck out.
Yeah.
Put her in the chair and then started with the buzz.
As Kurt Angle came out. The following contest is scheduled for 1 fall is for the WWE Championship. Defending his championship is the Latino Heat.
You did Chavo. Do you mind if I try this one? Okay. Eddie
It's not fair, you can roll your ass.
I know.
They're going one-on-one with the bald-headed one himself.
I can wrap me tongue on my ass. What's wrong with that?
Well, someone's got to. Going against the bald eagle himself, Kurt Angle.
You suck. You suck. Even though you don't.
You suck.
You're actually quite good.
You suck. Your personal life sucks.
You suck.
Your Twitter handle sucks.
You suck.
Stay off the internet.
You suck.
Please stop hacking.
You suck.
Keep your kids off drugs.
You let your kids use your Twitter every night.
At least that's what you say. You suck.
You suck. Anyway,
in a very good match where Eddie lies, cheats, and arguably steals a win to remain at WWE
Kurt
champion.
Angle had been focusing on the ankle quite a lot with the ankle lock. So, after getting him out of the ring, Eddie Guerrero starts unlacing one of his boots.
As if it's broken.
Yeah. He starts unlacing his boots. Kurt Angle gets back in the ring, goes through the ankle lock. However, Eddie Guerrero's loosened the boot, so he's able to slip out the shoe. Quickly rolls up to Kurt Angle. 1,
Grabbing the ropes.
2, 3. Picks up the weight as Kurt Angle is holding the boot.
Kurt then throws the boot, and Eddie grabs the boot, grabs his title, and dances on the ramp.
But up next, it was the return of the dead man.
Where it all began again.
It was the...
Whereas Kane is in the middle of the ring after burying the Undertaker at Survivor Series 2003.
After a match with Vince McMahon versus The Undertaker.
Yes, in a Bury Alive match, Kane decided to give Vince the win and bury him because Undertaker became one of us, a human, and he's not a human. So, Kane's in the ring, not believing it's going to happen. And when all of a sudden, the lights go out, and everybody goes, oh yeah, here we go. They're burning, they get excited, they know it's going to come. They're expecting Dong. They're expecting the Druids to come out. But instead, we get a mark-out moment of a lifetime when you hear...
Well, it is this perfect silence, and this is what you hear.
Oh, yes! Whoosh! The place erupts, and at the top of the ramp walks, with an urn in hand, Paul Bearer. Walking down the ramp, leading the Druids down to the ramp, and he stands in the ring, and he looks at Kane and goes, "You're no son mine!" and turns away, and just looks, and lifts up the urn, and all we hear after that is Dong. And that's when it happens. The lightning cracks, the music starts, Dong.
Yeah.
And then the music, it continues. More lightning, more thundering. There's a cold sensation that hits the garden. And then he's at the ramp. The amalgamation of all of his type. The Phenom, the Dead Man, the Ministry, and the American Badass and Big Evil roll into one to make truly the last outlaw of this business. As he stands at the top of the ramp, and look, and you get an excellent camera shot that goes straight through the fires of the Druids as Undertaker stands to the side and raises his head up. And you know it's on. And eventually it leads to a really good match. Short as hell, but really good. While Kane sits there not believing until he's struck with the first uppercut.
Undertaker picked up a win with a huge tombstone pile driver, and the crowd went wild.
And now, imagine this. In this show, you had John Cena get the crowd pumped at the beginning.
Yeah.
You've had Goldberg and Brock kill the crowd.
Yeah.
You then had Eddie Guerrero get the crowd back on side, followed by Undertaker returning with Paul Bearer.
Yeah.
You're in the main event.
Yeah.
You have to follow this.
It helps, though, because in your main event, you have not only a hard worker like Chris Benoit at the time, not only a seasoned veteran like Triple H, the current World Heavyweight Champion, but you also have the headliner, the showstopper, the main event, the icon, Mr. WrestleMania, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels,
And
triple threat.
And this is an excellent match for the World Heavyweight Championship. And this is a match that will give you horrible mixed feelings when you watch it back. Because you are rooting for Chris Benoit when you don't want to now, in hindsight.
But at the time, great match, great result, and I think great WrestleMania.
Fucking great WrestleMania.
Which takes us all the way to number 20, which means we have 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 more left to do. So that's what? 1, 2, 3.
I think we can probably get our answer within the next few, though, whether it's a good or not.
We could probably do like 2. We could probably give 2 more episodes before we've done the whole lot. But we're at we're nearing the 1 hour 40 minute mark. Obviously, we have no questions from Fan Corner this week. But I want to remind you guys that next week it's the announcing of the winners of the hashtag Total Markout Slammies.
Now, the reason we've let this drag a bit, because we did say it was going to be the following week after announcing the nominees, is purely because we've had a bit of trouble getting all the voting online.
Absolutely.
Now, we do apologise for this, but it will be happening soon. And when this happens, do trust us. You will be able to vote for Match of the Year. You will be able to vote for Superstar of the Year, because we've already got that up and running.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to vote for Worst Match of the Year. And as well as that, you'll be able to send your own suggestions for events.
Absolutely. I mean, you just got to look at the list of awards we have. I mean, we have the hashtag Total Markout Moment of the Year, the award for the moment that made people bark the fuck out.
Now, this is the one that we collectively think on, and we've nominated a few, but this is one where we, hashtag Total Markout, will say the winner for.
Absolutely. Then there's the title change of the year. Obviously, titles come and go in the world of WWE, and this award is all about celebrating the best of the title changes.
Now, we have nominated this one, and I believe this one we will also put open for fan vote as well as our own.
I mean, obviously, all the awards that will be up for voting, there will be a Tumblr post about it. We will link you guys to everything. There'll be a link to the voting page and all that jazz. The way we do the voting is I use a site called FormSite. There's several different voting forms because they fill up quickly. So if you click on a link and you vote, the voting form's full, you can always click on another link to make your votes. Anyway, another award is the Best Match of the Year award.
Simply put, Best Match of the Year that we've nominated, you choose.
And of course, Worst Match of the Year.
Simply put, Worst Match of the Year. And you can choose this one as well.
The soon-to-be renamed award is formerly known as Winner, simply known as, what the fuck did they do that for? Moment of the Year. This is basically a moment which makes you look at WWE and go, just why? Why would you do?
Fuck?
Exactly. What? There is no logic to this. Of course, next award would be Botch of the Year.
Simply known as Sin Cara. This is one we would choose for the nominees.
Basically affectionately known as the Dolph Ziggler Award, the Seller of the Year Award.
Because basically Dolph Ziggler's nominated like 3 times every year.
Up next, the You Suck Award, the most hated superstar. Not the heel of the year, no, the superstar you fucking hate.
Now, we are going to nominate, we have nominated people ourselves, and this one we will be choosing ourselves. But do send in ones that you think.
Of course, then there's Barrier of the Year. Now,
and this is the same thing. Please tell us who you think is the biggest barrier of the year.
Now, of course, this doesn't necessarily mean that you have to dislike the person. It could be someone, I mean, technically speaking, the likes of Antonio Cesaro has been a barrier this year. Ryback, obviously, kind of counted in the beginning. Not so much now. Then there's the Fuck You Award. This is the biggest fuck you WWE moment where you just turned to WWE and went, fuck you.
One that we will be voting for ourselves.
One of our favourite awards, the Abong Lahore, the Diva of the Year
Which
Award.
we probably will be changing soon in case copyright infringement comes up.
The Diva of the Year Award. Yeah, I think that's pretty self-explanatory, that one.
We will be not voting for this one, but please tell me and send your pictures in of which ones you think deserve.
Up next.
And the pictures, best make me think about it.
Up next.
You know what I mean?
Honage of the Year Award.
Simply, which moment in the WWE made you think, shit, that guy got pwned?
It could be verbal in a promo, could be in the ring, could be anything.
For instance, last year's winner was CM Punk to Vince McMahon. I'll kick you in the balls, Vince, and you'll like it.
And finally, the Superstar of the Year Award.
The one that we start voting for about a month out with your help.
Now, I can now reveal to you that the finals of the Superstar of the Year award has come down to the biggest match in the history of the awards. Last year, Kane was the winner. However, this year, my God, what a finals we have. You'll be voting one of these superstars to become the Superstar of the Year, and that match is CM Punk,
the best in the world,
versus Chris Jericho,
the Ayatollah of rock and roller.
I'm the best at everything that I do. It's going to be one hell of a match, and you guys are going to vote on who win. And remember, this award is not about talent. It's not about who had the best win. It's all about preference. This is complete bias. Who do you like the most?
Who do you think had the best year last year?
Is Superstar of the Year. You get to vote on your own credentials.
They are the awards. Some of them may be renamed, but they are still going to be the same awards, essentially, with a new name. Now, the nominees have been released. Will be released at some point during this weekend.
By the time you're watching this episode, the nominees will be up. Simple as.
The nominees will be released at this episode. We will show all of the nominees on the show, as you see, and we will take all the voting accounts and voting forms in. Yeah. And next week, when we record this show, will be the awards. And we will announce it. We may not do the You Gotta Watch. No. We may not even get to Raw. It may just be
However, what we'll do for you guys is in the description. If you're watching on YouTube, it'll be in the description of the video. If you're watching on Tumblr, it'll be in the note that accompanies the video. We will have links to our Ask page and to our what we call Show the Mark something. Yeah, Show the Mark something page where you can send in your suggestions to who should win the awards. If you want to just mention it on Twitter, you can't just do #TotalMarkout, the name of the person you think should win the awards. But if you want to vote on the awards that are available to vote for, click the link that is in the description or the tag, not the tag, what do you call it? The note that goes in the video on Tumblr. Click on the links provided under the heading Vote Here.
Either that or simply, like we said, send it a fan corner. It'd be much easier if you didn't, but send it via the Ask.
If you vote via the voting form, it's a much easier way of doing it.
But if you suggest your own things, on Tumblr, you'll see that we have a whole heap of links.
Absolutely.
You click Show Off. Yeah. That's where you can show off your suggestion. Now, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah,
and we've said a lot this episode.
I will say this to you guys: if you are following the show, we do love you guys. We want to point out two places you can visit us are on Facebook and on Tumblr. I want to take a quick moment to explain Tumblr to you guys. Now, if you want to send us a question, or if you want to send us something to show off, like a picture of something or a GIF or something, you can.
GIF, video, link, anything.
Go to the Total Markout page, and on our front page, on the right-hand side of the screen, you'll see some blue boxes. Fan Corner. If you click on that, you can send us a question. You do not need a Tumblr account. If you don't have a Tumblr account, you can send a question, and it'll just send it anonymously. Okay, you can send questions to us anonymously. We don't mind that at all. We understand. Some people feel they can ask a question if they don't reveal themselves. Understandable. You've got the show off page. Click that to share something with us, like a picture, a GIF, a video, an article, anything you like. Meet the Marks. You click on that and you'll get to a page which shows a bit of information about ourselves. I am updating that as we go to include a bit more fun stuff. You got the #Fantasy Wrestling League. That is for the wrestling league we are currently holding. Obviously, this is going to be an annual event now, as we've discussed today, and there are going to be some changes to that as well. Then you got the Marks Favourites. This is a list of some of our favourite things when it comes to favourite superstars of past and current, favourite matches, all that jazz. Episode archive is there, so you can find
find
all the episodes. The #Total Markout Quiz. Get all the information in regards to the #Total Markout Quiz. Your current champion is the longest champion in our show's history, Geek King. I believe I will be facing you in a few episodes' time for the title. Then you have the Slammies, which is what we've just been talking about. You can click on that and get an entire history of the Total Markout Slammies, finding out who won in 2012. Which was the first Slammies of its kind for the show. And then finally, the Hall of Legends, our personal Hall of Fame for superstars. And of course, we will also be revealing who the next 3 entrants into the TSA, so that's a real company there. Total Markout Hall of Legends next week with the awards. We do them at the same time. So yes, apart from that, we do have a Facebook. If you go onto Facebook, it's a much, much lighter version. Obviously, there's a massive difference between Tumblr and Facebook. I don't need to tell you guys that. But Facebook, you'll find basically videos will be, like links to videos will be posted there as we post them. You get basically all the videos, the occasional important announcement on Facebook without all the other stuff that you might get if you follow us on Tumblr. And of course, as per usual, you can follow us on Twitter. Follow Geek King at G33K _KING. That's G33K Follow myself at SteveJones313. That's SteveJones313. And you can follow Minifunk, who hasn't been here. He's been handling some personal business. He is the Lone Walker 1. That's Lone Walker number 1. And you can follow us all on Tumblr. Very similar, but not quite. Let me explain. Geek King has no underscore on Tumblr. Tumblr has no time for your underscore. It is just G33KKING.tumblr.com. There is myself at SteveJones313.tumblr.com and the Lone Walker 1 number 1.tumblr.com. And of course, links to the Tumblr pages or to our own individual Tumblr pages will be on the Tumblr post.
It's really easy to find totalmarkout.com. Totalmarkout.tumblr.com. It is totalmarkout.tumblr.com. Although I believe if I do a couple of things, I may be able to make this totalmarkout.com.
Yeah. And of course, you can follow us on Facebook. It's facebook.com/totalmarkout. So wherever you choose to follow us, we hope you do. We thank you very much for your support. We know that this show started off very heavy. However, this is the last time we're talking about it as far as we're concerned. We really, I'm speaking purely for myself, not for Geek. I speak for myself here, right? I don't want a war. I don't want to fight about this. I got upset. I got offended. I got betrayed. I got hurt. And I've had my grievances. I've made the shoot. My plan is to next week to have a lot of fun. Next week, me and Geek are going to come here with a Minifunk. We're going to share the award, the Slammy winners, and the Hall of Legend nominees that we've put in. And we're just going to have a good time. And we hope you guys have a good time too.
Good time.
And you know how you can help? By sending us some questions to Fan Corner. But just tune in, chillax, and spread the word. But from SteveJones313, the producer, the boss, from Geek King, the maniacal Mark, the patron saint, the socially awkward, the Sultan of Shoot, the Marvel of Marvel, the dictator of DC, and quite frankly, the coolest guy I fucking know. It is goodbye from all of us here. Geek, take us out.
It's real simple. This is the premium show you will find by three guys in the Northeast talking about wrestling when there's only two of us involved. My name is the Geek King, as you've just heard. My nicknames are immense. But most real seriously, on a personal level, I am the best at what I do here. He is the boss, and you ain't going to find many more people better than him. Next week is the Slammies, and I cannot wait to look at some pictures of some boobs.
Yeah, it's going to be good, the Divas. Divas are cool.
And remember, we want your messages, because next week will be Bricky for the win.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Right here on #TotalMarkout. Till next time.
Oh, God.
Where we'll have that nice printed t-shirt for you, boss. Because you know what's going to happen.
It would.
This is Geek King. This is the boss.
You guys won't even dare.
Marks out.